Good morning. My hair is morning hair. It's not, also it's not the morning. It's going well. Right. It's a lovely day. It's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday, and the sun has been out all day, and I haven't. So that sucks a bit. But it's the penultimate day of this finishing this documentary. Having tomorrow off because it's Mother's Day, obviously. So I'm going round to Alex's for that, and yeah. I need to go and buy some things.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
Happy Mother's Day. Now, I know you're not technically a mother necessarily. You might be, in which case, congratulations, I guess. Possibly, unless it's been like years and you're kind of over it. Anyway, yes, it is Mothering Sunday. So I'm going round to my brother's where my parents are going to be. And I've just put a lot of food into a rucksack and I'm about to head off. I just watched the Malaysian Grand Prix because it was on this morning because of Malaysian time and what have you being slightly different. And it was very satisfying. It's very satisfying to watch a Mercedes 1-2. And you might think that's a very strange thing for a Brit to say. But, you know, Lewis Hamilton drives for Mercedes and Sterling Moss drove for Mercedes, to be honest. And that was just after the war. So, you know, there's plenty of love there. And it also... justifies my awesome Christmas present from Kristal, where I was like, yeah, I think Mercedes. That's the way I'm going to go next year. I'm going to go Mercedes. Who's the soothsayer now? Ask me again in 17 races. Anyway, so that's what's happening today. Probably a bit more doc has to be done. And then tomorrow's the last day of documentarification before that mess has to get on a plane with us and go to Italy. So there we go. Have a nice day. Good evening. I'm completely exhausted. We finished the documentary at 7:53 tonight, and as you may or may not know, Marks and Spencer's closes at 8. So that 7 minutes was me running to the front door. I got there and there was like 3 minutes to spare. I had to negotiate with the guy. He was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Literally 2 things. Let me grab them. I'll be out of here before it's 8." And I did. So I get to eat tonight and then sleep. And did I mention I'm going on holiday tomorrow? I'm going on holiday tomorrow. I'll see you then. Good morning. Welcome to Heathrow Terminal 5, home of multicoloured wheelbarrows and noisy planes. So I wouldn't usually bother filming at the airport because it's a bit boring for you, but check out how thick the fog is. Yeah, it's a little worrying, isn't it? We shall see. Welcome to the aeroplane. You can now use your devices on a plane as long as they're in flight safe mode, even in takeoff and landing, so that's a huge improvement. I'm just showing you how ridiculous the cloud cover and fog is over Europe at the moment, and how blue it is above that. A very glamorous Pisa Centrale station, and the plane was a bit delayed. It was about an hour late, so we're about an hour late. But the train... No, it's not our train. I was going to say the train that's on the way is going to Florence. It's going to be in here in a second. So we made it, obviously. Little easy tram ride from the station. Well, once we'd worked out how to get a tram ticket and get our card and whatnot. Anyway, here's our apartment. Come on in. That's a bit of mystery space that doesn't really go anywhere. Here's the living and dining area / kitchen area with micro hob, and then those tiny windows look out onto with the garden, which I'll show you later. And then this is the downstairs bedroom, which is very nice because we haven't managed to clutter it with clothes and stuff yet, but that will happen shortly. This is the nice little garden you can see. There's a terrace up there with other apartments at the top. So this is Palazzo Strozzi, or rather that is, and this is the gardens. I'm trying to get to there, but you'll notice this is somewhat of a unkempt maze. It's not entirely clear how you get from A to B, if indeed you're allowed to. This looks more promising. There we go, we're at the top. That's Florence is over there, on the other side of the river. And these are the gardens of the Palazzo Strozzi, as I said, which is through the trees there. This is our local supermarket, we're just stocking up for the apartment. Oh, now hang on there, look, pear juice, amazing, and peach juice. This is exciting. There we go. Pizza's purchased from the pizzeria next door. First Italian food in a month. With classy box wine bought from local supermercato. A full bottle of wine in a box. Good morning. I've left the GoPro up there so you can see what today looks like. So we're just crossing the Arno. The lights have just gone green and there's a lot of traffic. Anyway, we're going into town. We just had a bit of a croissant from the local, I should say, cornetti. It's the correct Italian word, from the local bakers. And that's where we're heading. Old bridge, literally, Ponte Vecchio. So here we are in the town square, main piazza. It's amazingly busy if you consider this is off season. But, that is the Palazzo Pubblico, the town hall. And this is every tourist in Western Europe. So here we go, inside the Palazzo Vecchio. So we've done a large amount of palace, so we're going up the Torre, 223 steps. Ask me how I feel in a row. That third of the way up. That's the view so far. So we're at the top. That's where we've come from this morning, just beyond that little ridge, little green ridge, just the other side of that. Walked along the river. Now we're up here. We can't unfortunately go up there, but that would be awesome. This is where we just were. Up there. And we're now in here, just going around the battlements as they were. This is the Duomo, as you might recognise. It's quite a famous building. And the associated tower. We've just stopped here because we had a bit of lunch, had a packed lunch, like what we made from our shopping yesterday, and now we're going to head off to a Medici palace of some sort, carry on using our museum card that we got that lets us into everywhere for free. We are inside the Santa Croce. We just had an ice cream in the square outside and we've just come in because just over there, that is Machiavelli's tomb. There, and just over there at the back, that is Galileo's tomb, which is quite an impressive number of tombs. And this is Rossini's tomb. This is basically where famous people end up. when they're dead. This is the quad in the Museo dell'Opera, which is the museum attached to the Santa Croce. The sun's come out, it's very nice. And we're just having a lie down. So this is the synagogue in Florence. Can't film inside, but we're outside now, so all walls are off. It's absolutely stunning in there. It's a shame I couldn't show you, but you should visit. This is the world's smallest bus, but it does go the right direction and it is free, so you know, count your blessings. I think I showed you the garden yesterday, but from above, here it is. It's very nice. You just come up the staircase there, and then you have this nice little veranda / sun terrace. It's very pleasant in the evening. This is Trattoria Palotino, which is 103 years old, according to this sign over here. It hasn't changed much in that time. Check out this. This is pork steak and vegetables. And then we have over here some chicken and potatoes. Both look amazing. Now to taste. So this is Piazza della Repubblica. And there are people with blue piggy things. Yeah, there you go. Just like there are in Venice. And the police are completely powerless and slightly pathetic. Anyway, we're heading back towards the bus. Just walked back from the restaurant and got ice cream, which was excellent. Good morning. Check out these two mutts watching the traffic. Anyway, we're heading off to the bus stop again to go into town and have a look at the Medici Chapel. So this is the Cappelle Medici, which is the Medici Chapel and the final resting place of most of the major Grand Dukes of Tuscany, some of which chose to be here and others which were moved here at a later date. It's built onto the Basilica San Lorenzo. You can't film it inside, unfortunately, because it is quite incredible in terms of mausoleums. It's really over the top. But anyway, that's where we've just been. So we've now moved into what was the Medici Palace, pretty much next door to the chapel that we were in earlier. And it's quite nice in here. It's quite impressive. It's a couple of quite stunning rooms. Unfortunately, couldn't film in one of them because you're not allowed. And in the other one, they were having a conference, a scientific conference. But you get a feel of the opulence on the inside. Maybe not so much in this fruity courtyard, but it's still very nice. Okay, we're heading to the old market, and you have to go through this market to get there. Venetian masks, anyone in Florence? No? Leather, anything? Welcome to the old market, where you can buy anything. Flowers, food, meat, all sorts of wonderful, delicious things. Freshly made pasta in the kitchens back there. Lots of fresh fruit and veg. This is where we have stopped for lunch at this nice little place. Looks good fun. Pizza's on the way. This is the baptistry. That's Jesus. You can tell by his massive feet. So this is the Duomo, the cathedral. In a moment we're going up there. Somebody doesn't like Jesus. It's worth filming. This is the regular queue to go up the dome. And this is our queue. Because we are hugely VIP. And because we have one of them. Which makes a big difference, as you can see.
There is no stairs. I think we're getting narrower than this, you think? What? Don't go there now.
long climb. So that's the Palazzo Vecchio. That is the other palazzo, which is name I've forgotten. Pretty. The bobbly gardens behind it. The bell tower, which, as you can see, is lower than where we are. Suckers. There's the view down. And there's the synagogue, just there with the green dome. And that is Santa Croce, I think. Right there. Okay, well, we crossed over Ponte Vecchio. And this is Palazzo Pitti, as I was trying to point out from the top of the cathedral and failing. This is where various Medicis used to live. And they'd commute into work to the Palazzo Vecchio, which is where we were yesterday, via the wonderful corridor that they built. It runs all the way there, just so they didn't get murdered on the way. We are inside the Palazzo Pitti because the magical Firenze card allowed us to queue jump and come all the way in. Indoor water feature, very nice, with fake stalactites, I think. Yep, amazing. Very understated. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? For one family. And there's their gardens, and that's his bath, presumably. It's made of marble, or granite. It's made of granite, but it's a bit chipped. And that's presumably stolen from Egypt. These bobbly gardens are very bobbly. Keep going up and down. Came down from the left, and the path you can see there's people on. We went down there, and now we're coming back up past the orangery. It's very grand and actually has real oranges in. Can I show you? There we go. Just make out some of the fruit. Going back over Ponte Vecchio to catch the bus. Every single shop is a jeweller's. That is the only shop you can get. Or other than, you know, tourist tap. No. Finished our cook-a-thon. Bolognese alla Fiorentina, cooked with all local ingredients, which aren't all from Italy, bought in a local supermarket. Ta-da! We're going on a late night, a cannoli, late night, it's not even 8:15. We're going on a early evening cannoli hunt to the end of the road. It's a really, really long walk. But we cooked everything else, so I think it's only fair that we buy desserts. So that's what's happening now. Cannoli complete. Good morning. There's an amazing smell out of the rain on wet roofs. We are going to get the bus in, obviously, because it's a little damp. And hopefully see David and other things in other museums indoors. So here's another queue. It's a queue for the Galleria. Let's go and see David. Goes all the way around there. But we don't have to queue because we have our special card. So we're going to do a little bit of shopping whilst the weather's drying. Although shopping for what, I don't know. Biscuits maybe. You get a feel for how high up we were yesterday. Anyway, now we're down here. So that's where we got ice cream yesterday, Florence Cafe, and where we got ice cream the day before is right next to it. It's the Festival of Gelato. Amazing, all neon signs, just in case you missed it. So I've had to clear some space with my phone, but here we are, Walter Silver and Gold. That's a good business plan, remember that. And we're heading off to the Uffizi. We've had lunch, had a pizza, and we've reserved for tonight. And yeah, and now we're going another place where I can't use a camera. So, but at least I've got some space on my phone. That's a start. So here you can see the Ponte Vecchio, and you can see the walkway that what's his name, the Principe, would have taken to get from his palace that we were at yesterday with the Bobbly Gardens through to his office here. Go across the bridge there, and then it comes towards us. That's all an enclosed walkway. It actually now contains art from the Uffizi and allows visitors to come and see it every now and again. It costs about €80 to walk along it, but it's his old secret walkway, so he didn't have to mix with the peasants. So you can use your camera again here, because you're outside. There you go. That's the Palazzo Vecchio, and there is the Duomo, and this is the Terrace of the Uffizi, where you can snack. We're technically on top of the Fonte. I don't know what font it's called, but that's where we are. It's massive, the Uffizi. I mean, unfortunately I can't film inside, so you can't really get the feel for how big it is, but that building opposite is it, and it goes all the way down to the river and back in two huge galleries, which is how we got out here in the first place. Hello. So if you're over in the Uffizi, and go to the toilets at the end downstairs, right at the end, very by where the entrance is, because this is how you get there, through this amazing sort of underground labyrinth. It's definitely worth a visit. Who would have thought it, eh? Here is the lucky boy. Put money in his mouth. And he only rub his nose, and that's the logic. There you go, that's how you do it. Go for So we're wandering around town trying to find Wi-Fi, so we could find a bus timetable, so we could find a bus that will take us to the restaurant. This is a very complex operation, you have to understand, and without the internet we're kind of like, I don't know, prehistoric morons. Buonasera. So we made it. We did actually walk all the way from the apartment to here, which I don't know how far it is, but it's quite a way. Anyway, and we had a very nice meal, and now we're going to go and have a look at the squares at night. Here we are, we're back at the bus stop. That's the Ponte Vecchio. I say that, I mean you can't see it. That between the columns, there we go. That's the Ponte Vecchio. It's an old bridge, and it looks awesome. Everything looks pretty good at night.